Sup, gigglers?
Gary, fix the Wi-Fi.
Manifest that shit.
OT can't manage. I mean, the day just got away from me.
Welcome to Siggly Squad. That's Giggly Squad reverse. Welcome to Squad Giggly. We're running out of names.
Wait, first of all,
What?
you're glowing. Like, you're stunning. The sun is
It's
coming.
just 'cause I'm tan. It's
Yeah,
just
but
'cause
the
I'm
sun
tan.
is coming in.
It is giving angelic.
It's giving angel.
Angel numbers.
And your hair is like perfectly like bedhead, but like chic waves.
Wait, do you love me today?
Yeah, I love when you're pretty.
Wait, so
It's so toxic. People don't talk about how sometimes our relationship is toxic. Because I love you more when glam.
Well, this is the problem, though. I know that. And then there's like this rebellious side to me where I thought I was going to lose you this weekend because I had to text you my nails that are like, they're grown out so bad.
Wait, you know what energy you give? We can never start a podcast normal. Like, we have literally before we're like, okay, we have so many things to talk about. This wasn't discussed. You know what energy you give?
I'm
you
so scared.
give the
I'm so
energy
scared.
of the girl in middle school who only wore a ponytail her entire life. And then all of a sudden we hit 9th grade and she wore her hair down. And it was like... Everyone was like, oh my God, did you see Hannah has her hair down? And it's like instant glow up. And that's you.
Wait, that's how we were raised, though, with those movies
Mm-hmm.
where like the girl would have curly hair and glasses and then she'd straighten her hair, take off the glasses, and everyone would be like, she's amazing.
Yeah. And it was like she was pretty with glasses. Like what? She didn't have a shield on.
Yeah, she didn't get a face
Anywho.
transplant. But yeah, I sent you my gross nails and you
Yeah.
wrote, how do you wipe? And I said, it's not easy.
Mm-hmm.
And then this was just a coincidence. I realized I was wearing your shoes that I had stolen.
Yes. A year
and then
ago.
I had like a year ago, which is like now they're mine. That's just
Yeah.
math. That's the rules. If you don't ask after a certain couple months, they're mine.
That's statute of limitations is
But I do have
up.
to say it's because it's Zara. Like
Right.
if they were like expensive shoes, that would be mean. But like
Right.
if I had a nickel for how many Zara shoes you've lost around the world,
You also like needed a pair like that, and
I
I feel
did.
like they come in handy for you a lot.
that was a charity case for you.
Yeah, that was like me doing a good deed.
That was when we went to the Open last
Yes.
year.
Yes.
But I had I have a huge like open sore blister on my foot
Nice.
just from honestly like one bad shoe walking in it. It'll
Mhm.
do me in for the year. And I sent that to you
Mhm.
and you ignored the grossness of the blister, but
I did.
then I sent you Chanel flats that I found to try to cheer you up.
Right.
And then so I know there's a balance to how much ugly shit I could send you.
Before I just like stop responding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Before you snap. Before you start taking it out on your loved ones. But when I see something really gross, I just love getting, that's the thing, I love getting reactions from people. That's why I'm like the annoying older sister. Like I
Yeah.
love annoying my brother, and he's like, why are you annoying me? I'm like, because you keep reacting. Stop
You love
reacting and
putting
I'll
me
stop.
in situations to see like what I'll do.
Well, our YouTube series, someone writes, I feel like this is Hannah tries new things and makes Paige come with her.
No, I'm not kidding. You literally act like I am your Barbie doll, and you take me different places, and you forget my shoes sometimes, and you like stuff me in different bags, and you forget what bag I'm in. You're like, now she's gonna play baseball, and actually we're gonna shave her head off. Like it's tough.
Oh my God.
It's tough
No.
being someone's human Barbie doll.
But it's so fun, and you've grown and learned.
I've grown and I've learned.
So yeah, the last episode that came out was us going to a vintage store, which made me so happy because Paige was not about it in the beginning.
Yeah, but it was so funny. It's also very funny to watch ourselves back because I'm like, I'm so monotoned sometimes. And I guess I never realized that.
I laugh too much. Like I
You
have
enjoy your life. Wait, but you said something before we started recording, which is like so pertinent, I think, to our YouTube series.
Pertinent?
SAT. I was in such a different headspace filming that YouTube series, like I feel like I truly was trying to like survive day to day.
What actually adds to the tension of the YouTube series
The
is
lore.
Paige is fighting for her life.
For my life.
Paige knows that there's a show that night that she is hoping she doesn't have a panic attack with. And I'm like, let's go yoga aerobics. And she's like, okay. And I'm like, instead of staying home and spiraling and being scared. But the truth is after your first panic attack, I wholeheartedly believe this. If you didn't get back on stage the next day, you may have never gone on stage again.
It's like riding a horse. You got to get back up on the horse.
That's what Marilyn Monroe said.
Yeah, that's what Molly May did.
Yes. Oh, shoot. I have to finish Molly May's docu, which is her basically like soft launching, getting back with Tommy.
Yeah, Tommy Fury. But we're happy if she's happy.
We're happy if she's happy.
How was your weekend?
Oh my God. I've been playing so much tennis.
I knew that. I felt that.
I'm in my tennis phase. There was like a high school kid. People hear like, oh, she plays tennis. There's a high school kid in West Hampton that's like, oh, he plays tennis.
In the neighborhood.
And I was like, you know what? Fine. Bring him in. I gave him no mercy. Like 16.
Okay.
I gave him no mercy. Like it was at the point he was like, please leave me alone.
If someone put me in a room with a 16-year-old boy.
No, I felt like that fun substitute teacher. I was like, hey, but this is the thing with sports. It levels the playing field. It doesn't matter what generation you are. We're playing. It's deuce, motherfucker. Let's go. And Des was like, hey, let's calm it down. It's a Saturday. It's relaxing. I said, he's come on my turf and he's challenged me. And
he's come to my home.
In my personal space with his weird testosterone levels.
In my sanctuary.
in my place of calm. And Des was like, can I talk to you for a second? He's like, you need to calm down. And I was like, he's coming for my throne. So I whooped him.
Yeah.
Whooped him. If he's listening, I'm sorry. Like,
start him young.
It was very motivational for me. I talked to his dad, and his dad was like, this was good for him. And I said, if that's why I'm on this planet is to beat up men, that's why I'm on this planet. And then I hit with my friend Madison today, and it was just like gossip girl talk. But I told you, I'm trying to be healthier this summer. I don't know what that means yet, but we'll figure it out.
Like, yeah, just moving your body more. That's what people say when they get in their 30s. They go, honestly, I just move my body more. I'm like, shut the fuck up.
All I'm doing, though, is watching all the gigglers and their beautiful houses and pools and vacations tagging us with the book.
No, the girls were reading this weekend.
And I'm obsessed with that. Tell me about your weekend.
I had a good weekend. I was around a lot of random babies. Like, obviously, they're random if they're not mine.
You go, babies are so random.
Babies are so random.
Like, where'd you come from? Why are you here? Like, ask me one question about myself.
I'm like, oh, are you staring at me?
No, literally. Why do you have a stank face? Are you pooping?
I met one baby and he only spoke Italian. And I'm not kidding. He judged me the whole time. Like, I feel like he was looking at me like I'm better than you. And I would agree.
I just watched the Rome tennis tournament, which I feel like we should go. We love making these kind of plans. We should go to Rome next year. And the umpire is Italian. So after the point, they're like, Quindici quandaccio. No, not that. Just Quindici.
No.
So it's so cute.
Hearing Italian, it was so cute coming from like a miniature voice.
No,
like,
I know.
it was just adorable.
I was like, are you ordering chicken parmesan right now? Like, I'm not a waiter.
I was with another little baby and she asked if she could paint my nails. And look,
you're obsessed.
I'm obsessed. I love the girliness, and
I love
like,
a girl with a creative vision.
And I'm like, here's the thing though, Jacqueline literally just left my apartment yesterday. And so like, I'm trying to explain to this 4-year-old that I just got a $250 manicure. And if she puts sparkles on my nails, I will freak out.
Can I talk to you for a second? I love the thought behind
I'm
it.
loving the creative vision, and I think you're gonna go places in your life.
See your aunt with her bare ass gross nails? Go do it on her, okay? Because I'm not your girl. I'm not your experiment. This isn't a school project.
But I felt like I was growing and I was becoming maternal in that moment because I said, you know what, have at 'em. And I let her put sparkles all over my nails. And then when she wasn't looking, I ran to the bathroom and wiped them off so that they wouldn't stick to my nails.
Okay.
But she didn't know about that part.
She didn't notice. Okay, that could have been bad.
It could have been really bad.
She could have been like, Mom. When I was with Lois, she found my like press-ons and she started putting them on my toes.
Yeah.
And honestly, that was hilarious. Like,
And honestly, you needed it because I'm sure one of them was bruised and falling off.
one of them was on its last day.
Yeah.
I have a question about Jacqueline. Has she asked about me?
No, she hasn't, but she like...
Because I haven't seen her in a long time.
Okay, well, we could tell. We know you haven't
No,
seen her.
because she gets worried that if I haven't seen her, I've like gone rogue, like I've killed the whole family, or I've like.
She actually brought me like a little gift. Jacqueline and I went to the next level. She brought me like a little gift and she was like, oh, just like, she was like, oh, this is just for you. And she gave me like some edibles. And I was like, Jacqueline. So Jacqueline and I stepped it up a notch.
Wow, suddenly.
I didn't
Suddenly
realize having the same
fueled
nail
with
girl
jealous
was
rage.
gonna be my favorite thing, that we share a nail girl.
And
And usually we're on the same schedule.
she's never got. Maybe she knows. It's because I don't do edibles.
Yeah, it's because she knows you don't take edibles.
Yeah.
Maybe she'll bring you like a pair of Crocs or something.
Maybe I've been talking to her too much when she comes
Maybe.
over. Because I actually, if I think about it, I did ask her probably one too many questions the last time she was there, and she likes that you guys just watch TV. Sometimes less is more.
We catch up on our shows.
Yeah.
Here's one thing I wanted to just say quickly because I feel like I've been giving the girls updates on my egg freezing. I finished my period that you get like after it. It wasn't that bad. It was a solid like 7 days though.
Do you always get your period after it? Is that like a thing?
You get it. Yeah. And
Were
it's
you
like
nervous you weren't going to?
Well, because I like wasn't getting it. And what made me nervous was I was like, is my body just absorbing all of this? Like what? Like that
Where's
can't
the blood
be good.
going?
Yeah, where's it going?
Yeah.
And they were like, if you don't get it, just call us and we'll give you something that will like make it come. And I really, you know me, I didn't want to take any drugs. Like I was just like, I don't want to do that. I'm so anti birth control and like anti pharmaceuticals. Jacqueline can roll in with any edible, and I'm like, yes, thank you, Jacqueline.
But you're like, nothing doctor prescribed.
Nothing,
please.
nothing with big pharma. I'm against it.
Except betas.
So obviously. So I finished my period. Here's what I wanted to say, because I don't know how I should honestly invest in Thinks, because they saved my life while I was having this crazy period, because you know me and UTIs, I can't wear tampons anymore. And I was bleeding so much that I was like, shoot, I have to like.
You were bleeding for the whole year. Like, you're making up for lost time.
No, I was making up for lost time. And so I would like put a pad on the Thinks period underwear, and they saved my life, because I don't know what's going on. I can't put any brand of tampon in me anymore. My body just immediately is like, nope, thank you.
You're so pure.
Mm-hmm.
You're like me with cocaine.
Yes, I'm so pure. Not in Miami, though.
Also, if we're talking about our periods, I want to just ask the gigglers, since they are our doctors at this point, and they are doctors. Don't tell me the gigglers aren't. I've seen them.
Wait.
What?
Are you going to remember that?
Yeah, I will.
I cannot believe the amount of girls just backing up post-baby clarity.
Oh, that clip.
Are you? I was I read literally every comment.
What were they saying consensus-wise?
So half the girls were like, in that moment, I realized I married the right man. Like, I cried for literally 2 years after I had a baby because I didn't look the same. My husband had to like carry me to the bathroom to like shower me. And then the other half was like, I knew before I got married I shouldn't have married this guy. I had a baby and I stared at him and was like, I fucking hate you. And so they were like, not only is it post-baby clarity, but whilst you're pregnant, you're also getting those thoughts of like, is this the right guy?
People were saying while you're pregnant, you start to see the signs too.
Yeah.
While you're pregnant. But as I'm getting older, and just in general, you just see how like men are so replaceable, and like when you're younger it's so like, oh my god, like you're this one, like look, wherever you are, figure out the right dude and then get rid of him if he's not it, period. Slay the boots down.
No, like literally set him on fire. Who cares?
Because there's like a thing where like girls are now moving in together and like mothering each other's babies.
I kind of love it.
It's
just because girls aren't settling anymore. Like girls used to have to settle so fucking hard because they needed money. Like they needed to survive.
You weren't allowed to have a credit card.
You like couldn't live.
Well, now I also read something, and actually, I don't know if it's true. No, it is true, but I don't remember the source. But basically that because women are now making more money, we're investing into things that women care about. And like all these just companies and causes that women care about are now getting stronger. So that's a positive.
Oh, interesting. Like like different charities and
different charities and things you support that you want to see more of. And then your interests, because it's basically like the money's shifting a little bit.
It's women in the arts.
Also, I feel like everyone's talking about postpartum depression. Like before it was this big like announcement, like, did you know that Cindy Crawford said 20 years ago she had postpartum? And I might have made that up, but like that's how it was, where now everyone's like, and then when the postpartum hit.
Yeah. Everyone has it. I remember like asking my mom, this is probably like a couple years ago, like, oh my God, did you have postpartum like at all? Because when I got my cat, I was like, oh, I'm going to have postpartum. I was like, I don't. Because when I got Daphne, the first day I looked at her and I was like, I don't love you. I don't know you.
You go, first of all, hello.
Yeah. First of all, hi, how are ya?
How was your day?
Welcome to my home. And I remember asking my mom and she said, well, yeah, she was like, but we didn't call it that. She was like, everyone gets, and we called it the baby blues.
That's so much cuter.
And I was like, and what she was like, and then one day it would just go away. Like you just lived with it. And then you were like, oh, I have
PR team was so much better in the 90s. They were like, baby blue time, baby blue.
The baby blues.
Blue blues.
Well, I have a question. Did you have, a lot of girls also say like after they get married, they have like a little bit of depression. Did you go through that?
I was very just like calm after it. I think it's because sometimes when you put your wedding on such a pedestal and it goes by so fucking fast, you're like, wait,
I didn't even do it. Yeah.
Did I even, was
that
it
planning I did for a year and it's done?
I remember feeling like it was way too fast and being like, wow, I spent a lot of money on that. But I remember feeling calm and a little relieved. Because I also had a little, like, I told you that kind of, the wedding attention.
That kind of attention is not your vibe.
I don't like that vibe at all. I'm not like, look at the guy I'm fucking.
Yeah.
But with postpartum depression, one more thing.
Wait, calling someone's wedding just a party of look at the guy I'm fucking is.
That's literally in my head. I just was like, hi, aunt, whatever. This is the guy that I let have sex with me. And I'm glad you're here to celebrate it. I hope we stay together.
That's all a wedding is. Hey, Dad, I want you to formally meet the man that will be inside of me later.
Wait, on this last episode of Burner Phone, Des was telling me that when my dad was alone with him for the first time, he basically was like, she's your problem now.
That's exactly how I would think Danny would respond.
And like, obviously he loves joking, but it's so funny that my dad was literally cock blocking me.
Yeah.
Most dads would be like, please take her. And my dad's like, I developed a twitch while coaching her with tennis and it's finally wearing off.
He's like, here's a number for a hotline. You're gonna need
He goes,
it.
are you sure you want to do this? But I also think Des likes a challenge. So Des was like, okay. But anyway.
Oh, that's funny.
I deal with depression.
Mm-hmm.
I know I'm brave.
I deal with anxiety.
Do you think that when postpartum depression hits, it's going to be like two negatives create a positive and I'm going to be like, it cancels it out?
It's going to be me on estrogen. You're going to be me on estrogen. That was crazy. I loved it.
Like, is depression going to try to hit? I'm like, that's adorable. I've been depressed and now let's.
Well, maybe because maybe you'll react better to it because you already know what those feelings are. Like, I feel like some people, when they get postpartum, that's the first time they've ever felt those feelings. So they're like even more like, what's going on?
I do think that in general, milestones in life are emotionally dramatic. And people don't prepare you for that. They're just like, yeah, you're going to get married and yeah, you're going to have a baby and yeah, you're going to get a new job. And they don't talk about like the mental aspect of handling the ups and downs of it and your identity. It's identity shifting, I think.
You know, I was talking to one of my girlfriends and she was like, who has like 3 kids now. And she was just like, no, after I had my first child, like, obviously I loved my child. We tried to have a baby. Like, this is a planned thing. But she was like, I had the biggest identity crisis because she was like, I didn't know if I was going to go back to work. I didn't know if I wanted to or if I didn't want to. I like didn't really like breastfeeding, like all of these different things. She's like, I'm 200 pounds. Like, I was never 200 pounds. Like, it was just all this stuff. And I'm just like, but I feel like for us, because we are waiting to like have children later in our 30s, I think that we're more prepared than like our counterparts who like, did anyone tell them when they were 26, 27, like, hey, you're going to have an identity crisis?
I do think the pro of having kids in your 30s is that you've been able to accomplish some things where some women, I know women who have had abortions in their 20s because they were like, if I have this kid right now, my dreams will not happen. And I actually can't do this right now. And it was like, she wanted to be fulfilled. Yeah. But then some people know in their 20s, like, this baby is what I want.
Right.
But moms do give you mixed messages. I was talking to this mom and she was like, it is the most fulfilled you'll ever feel as a person, but you will lose yourself. And I was like, what? I was like, wait.
No, and that's why I just think like it's so important who your husband is.
They were like, I wouldn't trade anything in the world except for my old nipples. And I was like, what?
Right. Awesome. Okay.
But yeah, your partner is the world's, the lens you see the world through, the mirror
really
you see yourself.
And I love decentering men, and I think that like we have done such a good job in it. But at the same time, I do think that the biggest decision you make in your life is who you choose to marry. Also, I feel the same way about being in a marriage. Like, if I'm in a marriage for 10 years and one day I wake up and I go, hey, this guy fucking sucks, I'm taking the kids, I'm going. Like, that's what prenups are for. And he will be surely signing one.
You're basically like, you know what's better than being with a guy? Being with a guy that you love and waiting for the right person.
What's better than being with a guy is being without one. It's a fucking dream.
We haven't even started the episode.
No,
yet.
we haven't even started the pod.
I have so many notes.
Yeah, I see them. None of which makes sense. Here, wait, just one note that I just want to say before we get into it, because this is a sports podcast.
Yeah.
Did you watch the Knicks last night?
I cried.
I mean, I cried.
Wait, are you like so into it right now?
I'm locked in, Hannah. I'm dialed in.
I had 2 amazing shows. I was in New Hampshire and I was in New Jersey. Mm-hmm. In New Hampshire, the Knicks are playing while I'm on. Okay. And, you know, I'm being silly. I'm being goofy on stage. I go, anyone know the Knicks score? 1,700 girls start booing me. Because New Hampshire, I forget because I'm a dumb New Yorker.
Oh, they're
Boston
Celtics
fans. And we just beat Boston.
Yeah.
And when I tell you, I lost the crowd for a second. Like, I was scared. I said, Gigglers, you're going to have to, I apologize to the Academy. I said, I love Larry Bird. I don't know what to say here. Bill Belichick's girlfriend is making me laugh right now. Like, I don't know what to say.
Sorry, how can I get you back? Tom Brady is the GOAT. Like, I don't know.
But for anyone who doesn't know, the
here.
Knicks have been a very bad team for a long time.
Okay, wait. So I like didn't know.
Oh yeah, you didn't know.
I like didn't know that the Knicks sucked. And so
you were like, wait, but we're New York. How can we be bad?
No, literally, I said
That's
to
why
one of my
it's so
friends,
embarrassing.
I was like, wait, but we're New York. Like, we've been bad for how many years? And he was like, like 50. And I was like, oh my God, I'm so embarrassed.
That's why all the celebs are like showing up. And it's funny because my friend was like, oh, now you guys are showing up. Well, Timothy Chalamet, he's been a fan.
Yeah, he went to Indianapolis.
Yeah, him, Michael Che, Ben Stiller. I feel like they all got they did like a boys trip.
And like I'm going to be biased for like a small, quick second living in New York.
Okay.
When you're at a sporting event that is based in New York, I'm sorry. I've been at other sporting events in different cities. New York fans are different. It's just different. It's a different electricity. It's a different feeling. Like, remember that one time when we were at the U.S. Open and who was about to win? It was like a young girl.
Was it Coco Gauff?
It might have been.
Yeah.
Was it like her first U.S. Open she was about to win? Something. I forget who it may be. But I just remember like the whole place cheering for this like young girl and just being like, that's New York City. You know,
well,
like I just love a New York fan.
We love a chant. We love to be passionate and we love to trash talk. Mm-hmm. We love a storyline. New York loves a come up story, a comeback. We love that shit.
The Yankees have Benihana in the stadium. Anyone
not
else
to
can
defend
compete.
Other states, because I know like you have beef with Oklahoma and the air conditioning. You'll never live that down. Yeah. Sometimes sports in other states is better because it's all they have going on. Like when I went to Wisconsin,
got it.
They were obsessed with the University of Wisconsin because like there's only so many teams. You know,
like when you go to Texas, like high school football is like their religion.
Exactly. So like, Wisconsin, when there was a Wisconsin football game, the entire state drove down.
New York is actually so greedy. We like have 3 of everything.
We have
like, sorry, we want more.
Also during the Knicks game, people are like, oh, sorry, like I have dinner tonight. Like there's shit going on. Like I'm sorry. I've literally been waiting for this reservation.
I have a reservation.
Like,
Gotta go.
Oh, I'm going to a Broadway play. By the way, I'm going to try to go to a Broadway play.
Just in your lifetime? Like, where are we going with that?
It's just so funny because I've been like going out to West Hampton now when I can. And I'm like, next time I'm in New York, I'm going to see a Broadway play.
You're being a tourist in your own city.
I'm insane. I'm going back to the city on Wednesday. I'm going to try to see Sunset Boulevard with Nicole Schloesser.
Wait, do you know something that I do behind your back that I don't think I've ever told you?
Just the way you worded that. You know what I do behind your back?
I do something behind your back where, like, obviously, like when I'm places without you, like I find spaces where I can bring you up. You know, like I find small caveats in conversation where I can bring up my friend. Or
I love how you're sitting there being like, and where is a good entry point
for Hannah? But like a lot of times people will bring you up to me, and like I don't know who I'm talking to, and I don't know if they've ever heard of Giggly Squad. So sometimes I'll say like my best friend who I have a podcast with, or sometimes I'll say
assume.
Right, or I'll say like, oh, my co-host where I do this thing with her, but she's also my best friend. Like, so I introduce you in different ways. But I don't think that you know that I talk about you being from New York as if I grew up in that townhome with you. Like, I'll make an emphasis and a point to tell people that you were born and raised in Brooklyn because it's important to me.
Because it makes, look, I support everyone. Move to the city. I love it. And if you can survive, you're a New Yorker. I accept you. Do I think I'm better than you? Yes. Do I say that out loud? No. But I also, what's funny is I was thinking about that I know you grew up in Albany, but you didn't. You didn't. Your ancestors were Brooklyn.
I mean, at some point, I'm sure. But I actually just hit my 10 years. I know. And people like, I feel like talk about it, but like not really.
Yeah.
But I remember moving to New York and thinking, wow, I wonder if I'm going to hit my 10-year, like if I'm going to still be here, because that's when you become an official New Yorker.
How many times did you consider moving back home?
Never, not once.
And that's why you made it. Because
Never,
you had
not
no
once.
plan B.
Do you want to know what I think made me succeed? My biggest fear was having to move back home. My biggest fear was having to call my mom and being like, I can't afford rent. I can't afford it here. Like, I can't do anything. I gotta come back. And I was like, I can't.
It's so funny because then as a New Yorker, all you want to do is like
Escape the city.
Go to the Hamptons. I'm like, it's so fucking like concrete.
It's
There's
so
much concrete.
cliche. I'm like, I have to get out for a minute. Anywho, okay. What were we
my
saying?
notes. I have notes. Notes. Can clapping.
Okay.
Did
like
you
the
see
festival?
like the festival? They have
Yeah.
their like 19 minutes for this movie, 14 minutes. I don't know what to do with my hands while someone sings happy birthday for 30 seconds.
No.
What are you supposed to do during a 12-minute clapathon?
It's like Paul Mescal stood as he got a 6-minute standing ovation. 6 minutes? Get your steps in while you're at it. I mean,
6 minutes? I won't even give a blowjob for 6 minutes.
Literally.
6 minutes? I can't even run on the treadmill for 6 minutes.
No, I'm not doing anything for 6 minutes.
I feel like I don't know who started it, but they can't get out of it. I'll tell you one thing. What if you're like one of the
Also,
organizers that's like,
how does it end?
such a good question.
Like,
It's basically like people don't want. That's honestly, no, thank you.
no,
Like,
it's like, how does it end? Because here's the thing. If you're getting a time slot that's Saturday morning, people are up. They're peppy. They're cheery.
Yes.
If you're getting the last time slot, they're
True.
tired.
That's so
you might only get a
true.
4-minute.
Also, do they hire clappers? We need good press.
What if the movie sucks?
They just get 4 minutes.
Yeah. Great observation.
Thank you. Also, the AMAs are happening right now.
What are those again?
American Music Awards. I've honestly lost track. Award shows, I have like, I lose track. But the music people they are more experimental with their fashion, which I like.
Is it in New York?
No, I think it's in LA
Oh, okay.
because I still see the LA. Oh, I have a story.
Okay.
I was in a random place
Mm-hmm.
and there were people there.
Oh, no.
First problem.
So I left.
I was like, why did no one tell me this? So this girl comes up to me and she's like, oh my God, you know JoJo. Now, this was first of all the morning. Second of all,
My assistant? Okay.
no, I'm trying to be smooth
Yeah.
and I'm in conversation and I'm warm and I'm like, yes. When she says JoJo, I think the singer.
See, I went Siwa.
It could have been JoJo Siwa, but I
Yeah.
know like JoJo the singer.
Mm-hmm.
Do I know her? No. Have we DM'd? Yes. Am I obsessed with her? Yes. JoJo's everything.
Yeah.
So I go, yeah, I know JoJo. Because this is just out of nowhere. Like, and this was like, it was actually at like a women's health thing. So she was like
Okay.
industry.
Okay.
So I was like, yeah, I know JoJo. Yeah. She comments on my photo once. And she was like, no, like,
Did she?
I think she commented on my photo before. And I'm like, yes. She was at the book festival. Like, we almost saw her at the book festival.
JoJo? Oh my
The
God.
singer,
okay.
yes. So I love her. And I was like, yes, JoJo, yes. And she's like, no, like, don't you love her? And I'm like, I love her. She's like the voice of our generation, honestly.
Iconic.
And she's like, yeah, haha. And then we keep talking and she's like, yeah, it's so crazy, you know JoJo. And I'm like, I know. And she goes, and like, I don't even know how she got the job with Paige. So I'm sitting there going, I just told this girl I think JoJo is the voice of our generation. And she smiled and said, yeah.
No, I'm dead.
So then I go, oh, Josephine. And she goes, that's so funny you guys call her Josephine. I'm like, well, Paige is like fancy like that. Like she likes Josephine better probably.
Okay. Talk about millennial Gen Z gap. My assistant's name is Josephine. In my phone, she's JoJo because it's like
she put that in.
I think so.
Yeah.
All of her friends call her JoJo. I just like when I first met her, because I met her years ago, I met her as Josephine, and she never said like you can call me JoJo. But then like now that she works for me again, I think she might have said like everyone calls me JoJo. But
It's giving you refuse to call her what she wants to be called. You're Josephine.
Do you want to know what? I think her name is so. I feel like
Beautiful.
a mom. I'm like, but your name is so beautiful, and I never
love
hear
it.
it. Like I never hear someone named Josephine.
I feel like she'd be cute as Joey too.
She's adorable. The girl, the woman, she's a woman. The woman takes ballet classes on Wednesday nights.
No,
like she's so aesthetic. She's so cool. Like she keeps me, I'm like, does Gen Z thinks this is cool? And
Yeah.
she keeps me like up to
Yeah.
date.
But I literally to this girl's face was like, JoJo's the voice of our generation, and she was like, yeah, we can do. And I didn't even like. I pretended the whole time I knew which JoJo she was talking about.
Yeah,
So anyway, shout out to
love it.
Josephine. Didn't know you go by other aliases, and they got me.
No, she's so cute. Honestly, all we do over here is like play dress up and pretend. Like we had to go to a real meeting one day, and I was like, Josephine, like come with me. And she showed up, and I go, this is literally the Devil Wears Prada. We wear sweats all day. Like Josephine comes over in her literal pajamas.
Yes.
And I was like, we're cosplaying. She showed up
Yep.
in like the cutest outfit, and that's all I
Yeah.
really want from my assistant.
No, she's killing it. Shout out JoJo.
Like I just want you to show up and look adorable.
Hot take. Some pop culture question for you. Did you see Jessica Biel's interview about Justin Timberlake?
No, but proceed because I think I might say something after.
She basically was like, I love him so much. He's like my best friend. He's like my chosen sister.
Okay. Okay. Not how I ever want to think of my man.
It's weird, right?
I'm going to say something.
It's giving lavender marriage.
I think so. Because if you go back to Seventh Heaven, if you take it all the way back, there were strong lesbian vibes.
Oh, see, I was calling Justin Timberlake gay.
No, I think it might be her.
Wow.
I think it might be her because I think this man has gotten caught maybe one or two times.
Too many times.
Too many times, either embarrassing her with another woman or just like embarrassing her in general. Yeah. That I can't think that.
If I was Justin Timberlake and she called me
Her sister?
her chosen sister, I'd be like, yo, we need a rebrand.
Yeah.
Chosen sister, at least, and not brother. No. Just say you're not fucking.
Well, that's what it is. Like, it's also like how many people are just in relationships because they're such public figures that they're like, I don't want to blow up my life right now and like have to deal with this like massive divorce or all these like press. Like, let's just chill and you do your own thing and I'll do my own thing and
You
like
understand
we're good.
each other.
Yeah, I like the amount of people that are probably in open relationships or separated and we just like don't know. Or are lesbians. I don't know.
Speaking of gay men.
Yeah.
Straight men should not be doing photo dumps.
Straight men should get off Instagram.
They should get up for sure. The only photo you should have is from like 2017, blurry, no caption.
If
and you don't know
are
your
a man
password.
and you have a hankering for posting on the internet for Instagram, I think you can do a post once every 2 months.
I know I'm coming for people right now, but I don't care. As a man, if you're going through your phone to put together an aesthetic photo dump and you're like, oh, I just have a photo of my face there, so I need a photo of like food here. Ah!
I don't want my future man to know that you can favorite photos.
I don't want my future man to know that you can have a carousel on Instagram.
Des listening to this like what? Wait, have you seen the trend on TikTok where it's like, this is my current boyfriend?
Yes. Wait,
I love that.
have you the funniest trend is happening right now? Have you seen men calling their guy friends to say goodnight?
Say goodnight. Okay. Do you want to know what? This is a learning experience. This is bigger than a trend that people are not picking up on.
No, this is deep psychology.
If you called any one of your girlfriends and said, hey, I just wanted to call you and like say goodnight and like I love you and I miss you, every single one would be like,
Oh.
and I love you and how are you and like what's going on and we need to connect and like all of this. The men immediately start laughing.
Or they get like angry.
Yeah,
they're like, what are you talking about?
Well, don't ever call. What are you doing?
Well, this is the thing. It is funny because it's so random, and the guy's being like, "Just want to call, say goodnight."
Yeah,
and I'm like, "That's weird." But then the reaction is so over the top that I'm like, "No, that's weirder." Because guys will be like, "Goodnight." What the fuck does that mean? Good night.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, bro, I'm going to bed. I want to say good night. And he's like,
they can't even connect with their own gender. How can we trust them on anything? They can't, like, honestly, I saw a Jane Fonda video like years ago, and I think about it all the time, where she literally said, like, women sit and they face each other and they talk to each other, and men they sit next to each other. They never, like, really look at each other and, like, ask them how they're doing.
That's why I take my man every couple hours. I take his head and I make him hold eye contact with me. I said, we're holding.
It's important.
It's important.
It's important.
They have to understand humanity. And look.
No, they really do. Have you ever like dated a guy?
Yes.
I don't recommend it. I'm super against it. But have you ever dated a guy and like you start obviously having sex with them, and then after a couple of months it gets more like emotional, or like you fall more in love with them or whatever, and then you start having sex and you're making eye contact? Like whilst you have sex, and like it used to be like he'd whisper something dirty in your ear, but now he's looking at you and he's saying it. Like that, it's like men, that's the only time men do that. Like how many times have we looked at each other and said like the most deep in our soul like things that we feel? Mainly me.
No, with me and you, like literally the first thing I say to you on the phone will be like the most unhinged thing, because that's called intimacy.
It's like, where are they letting that out? I'm worried for them. But also this, have you seen this whole thing with like the lonely, like the men are lonely, and it's like,
yeah,
you know, obvious, like what it's our society and blah blah blah, and it's just like
our society. We live in a patriarchy. That's,
yeah, like
you guys did that to
you guys
yourselves.
set this up, and now we're just getting
yourself.
more. Yeah, like we're not helping you.
Wait, do you ever feel like when people ask like about me, or when I'm with people, they ask about you, we feel like we're in a band?
Yeah.
Like I try to explain it. I'm like, we're in a band.
Yeah.
And like, yeah, sometimes I do some solo stuff, but we really come back to Giggly Squad.
Like sometimes I forget that we performed at Radio City, and I'll hear someone say like, she performed at Radio City, and I'll literally be like, who? I forget, like I perform, but I don't think when I'm with the gigglers, I'm like, I don't think of it as a performance, even though it is. No. I think of it as like, are my beta blockers going to work? Yes or no? This is more of a science experiment for all of us. No.
Final thing about men, we're not going to talk about it for the rest of the time. We didn't talk about the Justin Vogue cover.
And no, we didn't.
Because Haley's
a dear
friend of mine.
A dear friend.
Who can actually do no wrong.
A friend of the pod.
A friend of the pod and a close friend in my life. Godmother to my future children. No, Haley's the shit. I think that Justin's a little too loosey-goosey online right now.
I think that he
is going through something.
I think that he said it thinking like, oh, this is going to sound good because I'm like correcting. I've been proven wrong. I'm correcting myself.
Yeah.
I think people are really like come down on her every time. Like, oh my God, why don't you just leave? Like, how could you, like, your husband doesn't love you and blah, blah, blah.
That's not it.
Where it's just like things get like so nitpicked about Haley in general, everything about her. I really, like, I don't know how she does it sometimes. But like, if I had a nickel, that's why I have a career. If
of
I
every
had,
guy that said you wouldn't make it.
Yeah. If I had a fucking nickel. So why women are acting and so mad at her, like they haven't experienced that at least 5 times their damn selves. Like, how about relate to her and be like, I feel bad for her, instead of being like, you're stupid.
Fuck are people mean to her?
I don't get it.
But I have a question. Because I've never been in a serious relationship with a guy who didn't like believe in me.
Really?
Did you do you tell them what your dream is, and then when you least expect it, they turn it on you?
Yes, it's
and
not
come
like
for you.
Yes, it's not like in the moment where you're like,
No,
oh,
yeah,
you
you're
want to
not like, I wanna do
accomplish
this,
and they're like,
you won't.
you stupid bitch.
In a heated fight, they're like,
In a
and
heated
you want to
fight.
do this.
Mm-hmm. I once had a boyfriend who was cheating on me with a girl who, now I can't even remember what her job was, but she did like hosting, like random hosting of things, like whatever. She was a couple years older than me, and he would cheat on me with her. And I remember like finding out about it, and I remember feeling really insecure because I was like, oh my God, she's like so much more accomplished than I am, and yeah, why wouldn't he want her over me, and blah blah blah. And I remember him saying, like, you'll never accomplish like what she's accomplished. Now I'm like, I don't even remember what her job was.
Yeah.
But I think about it all the time.
Then that's just like so toxic.
Yeah.
And it comes down to like my thing with relationships is like we literally are a team. And like if you're on my team, we're fucking winning together. My problem was I would date guys that I was like, I want more from you. Like, I want you to be as motivated as me kind of thing.
And that's hard to find as well. And I think it's actually getting even harder to find because, like, girls are right up there with men in, like, the workforce. And so it's hard to find.
And I'm fine if, like, I just want them to, like, have a dream that they're chasing. Like, I've dated guys who are successful, but they, like, don't want to be there.
They have no passion.
They have no passion. Like...
Yeah.
Talk to me when you have a business that you
passionate about, and then you'll know what it takes to run a business. No, you want to be with someone that like genuinely is like striving for more and like wants to accomplish more.
Well, cuz you get exhausted like chasing your own dreams. Like it is actually so fun to root for someone else's dreams sometimes.
Totally.
Like to see like Dez's like clip like blow up. I'm literally like, it is a feeling that's like you're so proud, and he's also like, that's part of you, so you just feel like, and you don't have to do anything, and you're just like, I'm proud of you.
No, Hannah, you know how like the best feeling ever is like when your boyfriend wakes up in the morning, or your husband or whatever, and they have to leave the bed and go do something and you don't have to. That's like my favorite thing in the world. I'm like, oh, go be a man. Like, yeah, bring home a fucking cow for us. Like, you know, like, I don't know. I can't imagine the feeling it must feel for you when you go. Well, you're not really allowed to go see Des do stand up, but when he has to go do stand up and you don't.
Well, that happens a lot when I come back from touring, and during the week he's at the Comedy Cellar and he's like getting dressed at 10 p.m. and I'm in my like snuggliest snuggle moment. And I'm like, go make $20, babe.
Yeah. Wait, Daphne just sniffed my foot and then went like this.
She gagged.
She gagged. It's like, okay, literally chill out. I was wearing ballet flats.
Oh my God, your ballet flats have been through shit.
Oh my gosh. Okay, what else?
One more thing about my mental health.
Yeah.
Tell me if you think this is
Tell
good
me
or
if
bad.
I'm wrong. And tell me if I'm crazy or not.
Tell me I'm crazy.
Wait, all girls, that is...
Tell me from 1 to 10.
I'm going to run something by you, and you tell me what you think.
From emergency to call the police, where are we at? I do say Des has been watching the Mets a lot, which like go Mets, but like the games are like 5 hours, and I was like, I need to get a hobby.
Wait, I was just gonna say I forgot baseball was even on. Oh my God,
It's
what month
on.
even is? Oh God.
But also
okay.
baseball lasts like forever, like they play every day.
Forever.
I bought on Etsy a punch needling kit.
Okay.
And it's not even like real crocheting or anything. You just like punch a thing,
Nice.
and
That actually sounds really enjoyable.
it's kind of therapeutic because
Yeah.
you're kind of stabbing something.
I freaking bet.
So, and he was like, okay, grandma, what are you doing fucking knitting? And I was like, first of all, I have mental health problems.
God forbid a girl has a hobby.
God forbid I have a hobby. And I haven't even like showed it off on Instagram because I'm practicing doing things not for other people's opinion. Did I bring it up on the pod? Yes. But I was just
different. This is a safe space.
This is a safe space. This is just me like telling you what I did today. So I've started, and I'm doing a flower one. So I started punch needling.
Wait, I'm obsessed. And like, what are they though? What do you punch needling?
It's like into like kind of a paper, and it comes out like a whole thing.
And then where do you put the paper? On your
Well, then
refrigerator?
it becomes like a painting. Like it has a wood frame.
Oh,
so
got
like
it.
I can decorate my apartment with it.
Okay, so
so
what
I'm-
are you punching over there?
I'm punching. It's actually like so hard to explain. And
Okay.
I'm punching yarn into this paper that
I know, but what's the
Oh.
thing?
It's a floral arrangement.
Okay, got it. I thought you were gonna say it was like something for the Mets. You do it while he watches the Mets.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're 105. Pick up cocaine. I mean, it's getting scary over there. It's getting really scary over there.
No, we were hanging out with people during the day yesterday, and they were like, "What are you gonna do tonight?" And I was like, "I'm so pumped up. I'm starting green. I'm starting the green flower." I just finished the yellow petals.
It's actually funny. I was thinking, like, for whatever reason, I used to like be obsessed with Memorial Day weekend. Like, it was my favorite weekend
That's
ever.
so random.
Oh my god!
I didn't even know like when it was.
Are you kidding? Like,
I'm so bad at like
high
days.
school and college, and like even like post college, like going away somewhere for Memorial Day weekend. And this year, I was just like, I can't wait to do nothing and just chill. And this was like the first weekend I feel like I didn't get drunk.
I woke up this morning sending aggressive emails to people and then being told it's a holiday.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my God, sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. Have you seen the AI baby clips going around?
I love them.
They're so funny.
Cute. They're so
cute.
funny.
They're so cute.
Talking babies, like I like when real babies like say swear words.
Yes. But have you seen the ones of us?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I love them.
Yeah. They're wearing our outfits.
I know. I don't know if they look exactly like us. Like I actually think
I do have to
was
say, they weren't that cute.
I think the guy was a
And I'm
cuter
not body
baby.
shaming. I'm not baby shaming.
No, we're not baby shaming.
We're not baby shaming, but like I was cuter.
100%. Oh my God, wait, I have this written down because I saw a TikTok, and one last thing about men.
Yeah.
And my mom used to give me this advice too. Well, she actually used to give me this advice when she would talk about like having children, and she would say like, if you have low expectations for your children, that's what you'll get. And if you have high expectations for your children, that's what you'll get. Which honestly now sounds extremely manipulative. But anyways, I digress. But there was this TikTok, and it was this girl, and she was saying like, when you start dating a guy, like it's more kind of like a formula. Like if you are one of those girls where you're like, all I want is a boyfriend, and I'm like really going to try and get this guy to like be my boyfriend, and you do all of this stuff in the beginning, like you're cooking him dinner, you're doing his laundry, like you're doing all of this stuff, like men and women are so different. That is not going to make a man want to like reciprocate all of that for you. That just makes them lazier.
And now that's the standard.
And
if
now
you
that's
don't do
the
that,
standard.
it's like you're being weird.
You have set that standard. So it's almost like when you first start dating someone, you do nothing, but only as the woman.
Wait, that's what I've been doing accidentally, just because I like have ADHD and I can't do laundry. But it's the truth is if a guy's gonna be with you because you're doing his laundry, like that's not the win you want it to be.
No,
that's not the W you want.
And so go out there, ladies, and stay lazy.
Don't do shit. Don't do shit.
Anything.
I would argue sometimes though, little cute things that like I want Des to do, if I do it for him, it like subconsciously trains him.
Like give me an example.
An example. This is like little things. And by the way, I never cook, but like last summer I started to get like tomatoes. This is making me sound like someone I'm not. Like I don't. This is like I did this once.
Okay, you're crocheting. You have a garden now. I didn't know about. When did you get a garden?
I got tomatoes once from the market, the farmer's market, and I cut them up because I'm Italian, and I got basil, and I got some mozzarella, and I put some balsamic and some olive oil, and I was like, I'm Martha Stewart, and he ate it, and it was like cute. And then today he got tomatoes, and it was like I was hungry for dinner, but we were waiting for it to come because we were Uber Eating, obviously. And he was like, let me make some tomatoes for us. And he cut it up. And he was like, sorry, I don't have mozzarella. And I was like,
Okay,
oh my
so
God,
he
he learned. So he
He
fucked up.
literally, yeah, he failed.
He failed.
So he did it, but not as good as you.
So we're divorcing. That's the story.
No,
and
I
I go,
like
where the
that.
fuck's the mozzarella? And I
Yeah.
flipped it. But sometimes it's like it's more love language stuff, not like, you don't work for him.
No.
You're not his
You-
fucking employee.
No, well, and like all I see is like, oh my God, when you get married, like men don't share the same mental load. So it's like, okay, if you don't share the same mental load, then we have to share
You're
like the
gonna snap.
physical load
Yeah.
of like, I'm not for hire.
Once
Like,
someone told me when a guy comes over, you should have cookies baking in the oven because he'll associate like you with that smell. And I'm like, if that's what we have to
you got
do,
that from the movie Clueless.
I guess they got it from that. If that's what you have to do to trick a guy to want to be with you, I don't think he's the one.
I have
This-
a vagina.
I
I'm
have a
fine.
You guys, you have a vagina. Also, it is giving job interview where like when you're giving a job interview and you don't need that job, they can smell it on you.
Yeah.
Literally go into every date where it's like, I do not want to be with you, and I might choose to, but I don't know. And that's the vibe. That's the vibe. You don't work for him. He's interviewing you and you're the boss.
Yeah, he works for you.
He literally works for you.
Yeah.
That's the mentality.
He's your assistant.
He's your assistant. Final question. What do you feel about neck scarves? Throwing a neck scarf on.
You know, I don't hate it.
Is it like too waspy? Like too giving like New Hampshire?
I think it has
on
to
the
be
water.
the correct outfit. I actually think you have to do it with like not that preppy of an outfit.
True. That's wow. That was really good.
I think it has to be something like, you know how people say like put an outfit on and then a pair of shoes that don't go and like that makes
Yes.
it funky. It's kind of like put it with an outfit that like it doesn't really, like jeans and a t-shirt.
But I'll wear ties all the time. But I feel like a scarf, people be like, she's trying too hard. Like a scarf is like trying to be fashionable. To
I
me.
don't know. I feel
For
like
me.
you could so do one in the Hamptons and try it out.
I feel like maybe when I'm older and wiser,
Okay.
because there'll be like a story behind it.
Okay. There will be some lore.
Yeah, I mean, I'll make up a story.
Okay.
You guys, thank you for giggling with us. And check out our new episode of Hannah and Paige Try New Things. We went thrift shopping. If you haven't caught up, we've already played baseball. We've gone to Salem. We've done witchcraft and
Witchcraft and wizardry.
wizardry. And we did cat therapy. And we have merch up from the tour that we weren't selling online, and now we're selling. And we have some really classic giggly shirts that we added to. So shout out to that. And yeah, thanks for giggling with us.
Bye.